In case you don't know how to invest in the Nigerian stock market, you've been hearing news, seeing the all share index jumping, seeing how banks are gaining, and a lot of companies are actually shooting in price, and you're wondering, how can I take advantage of this? This video is for you. So in today's video, I'll walk you step-by-step process, and after I've explained to you everything you need to get your account set up, I'll recommend the stockbroker I used in executing my trade, and also I will show you how to navigate your way using that platform. So in case you need any of this information, stick to the end and ensure you actually get every information that I'm sharing here, because that is what you need to get started. So the first thing you need to get is a brokerage account. So there are a lot of brokers. I'll link them like banks, just as you have banks and you want to open bank accounts. So you can actually open with any of them, but you actually know which is actually good in different features or different services. So when you talk about payment, you talk about online, you talk about fast transaction, you can actually differentiate and know which one to go. So that is how this brokerage house work. Also, some are third party. They have to partner with another license holder to be able to execute trade. So as you are placing order, it's passing through them. You don't want to walk through those, but of course, you know, they have to grow, they have to start somewhere. But if you have some little challenge, or maybe the charges are much, that is actually the cost, or it may be the cost of those experience. But I want to encourage you to stick to the broker I used, which I can testify because I've actually used it to buy, sell, and I've used it for over a year now, and so far they've been amazing in their services and in their customer care, and that is what I want to introduce you in this video. So for you to get your account set up, you need a brokerage account. You need a broker. There is no way you can do it. There are some people that try to see if they can boycott and buy stock without it. You can't, except somebody somewhere is just deceiving you. So this stockbroker, you must ensure that they are SEC approved, they have their license. You don't want to trade with a broker whereby tomorrow or next tomorrow they are gone. But mind you, even though when they are gone, your shares are still intact. But all I'm saying is you want to ensure that they are SEC registered, they are approved, they have license, so that you ensure that you are trading with the right platform. And if you are trading with the right platform, your money is safe. So for you to get started, the first thing you need is a bank account. So you actually need a bank account that you transact with. So why do you need a bank account? So that when you want to make withdrawal, the money will deposit into your account. But if you don't have a bank account, there is no way they can pay you. So for you not to have bank account, they won't allow you to register, because by the time you pay money in, how will you withdraw it? You understand? There's no other way. So that is why you need to have a bank account. That's the first thing you need to have, which I'm very sure a lot of you watching this video, you already have a bank account. I don't care the name of the bank account, but try get a bank account that you can rely on, that you use, that you can leave millions inside, or that you can leave thousands inside. Not the ones that you say I use only for transaction. Every time the balance is 1,000. You understand what I'm saying? Use a bank that when you have issue, you can go to their office and rectify such issue. Not the one that you will not know where they are, you don't know anything about them. Please, you understand what I'm saying? So get a bank account. So once you get a bank account, for you to be a citizen of Nigeria, or you live in Nigeria, or you've been doing business in Nigeria, for you to get a bank account, after you got in a bank account, you need to have your BVN. So these are the things you need to actually open your brokerage account. That is what I'm sharing now. The first one, you need a bank account. Once you have a bank account, you need what? A BVN. So your BVN is what will be used in generating your CSCS account. So it will prove that you are a Nigerian, that you have a bank account. So sometimes you want the names on your BVN and the names on your bank account to be the same, to avoid your account to be on pending, because when it's different, they have to now reach out to you to ask, okay, which of them do you want to use, or try and rectify your differences, or any of that. The customer care unit will reach out to tell you if there is such challenge. But for you to know that you have a smooth account opening process, you need to have your BVN. So after you have your BVN, the third thing you need to have is your proof of address. So you need to submit a utility bill. So for Nigeria, we are used to electricity bill, so you can submit that. In case you don't have that one, you can submit your bank statement. Your bank statement can be used in place of your utility bill. So there are a lot of utility bills. Some people have water bill, some people have waste bill, a lot of those bills. So the beautiful thing about all these bills is just a proof of address, that where you claim that you reside is actually where you reside, so that you not say you reside in A and your address is showing B. So everything needs to be in line. So you need your bank statement in case you don't have a utility bill. So question, must the utility bill be on my name? Of course, no. We understand the Nigerian system that a whole maybe 6 block of flats might be using one form of payment, as in everybody has to contribute and they will pay, and the name of that prepaid or that invoice will be in the name of the landlord. So in situations like that, your name must not be there, but let it be that that address that you say you are staying at, flat 2 or flat 3, is showing on that receipt that this is the address that this building is residing on. Because you might be thinking that I shared apartment, I don't have a separate bill that is on my name. No, it's just the address. We understand how the housing system works in Nigeria, so we can't impose that your name must be there, except we get to that point, you understand, where you own your house as a reason of investing in stocks. So that's when your name will now be on your utility bill, that you are not afraid of bills, you can pay bills. So that is what you need to do. And just in case you are opening an account through online, you might need to write, you might need to sign your signature either online. There are some platforms that can create that technology where you can just sign online by moving your hands on the screen and your signature will be captured. While some require you to actually sign on a plain sheet of paper and you take a screenshot and you upload it, and ensure you sign very well, you understand, so that it will be same with your signatures that you have in your bank or that you've been using. So once you're done, you upload it, and also your passport photograph. So you need to have a passport so that it will be attached to your account, so that we can actually know who we are dealing with. That's why we call it KYC, know your customer. So you need to know your customer so that you'll be able to tell that this guy is not bringing fraudulent money to come and trade. He's actually working, he has an address, and he has a face attached to his account. So he's not actually doing it for negative reasons, so to speak. He's actually trading to make money, to live a better life, to give the family what they need, and to be able to live a stress or a bill-free life. When you see bill, you rejoice because you know your money can pay, you know your dividends can pay for it. So that is few things that you need to know. So your passport, you upload it just in case you are doing it online. If you're not doing it online, you have a physical form, you attach your passport to it, you scan and send to whoever sends you the form, and there you have a relationship with the company, which is the brokerage firm. So question, which of the brokerage firm do you want to recommend with us? Hold on, I just gave you some list. So I said you sign and you do your passport. Then you ask, what is the next one? The next one is your ID. We need to have a identification card to know that either you are a Nigerian or you are a foreigner. So you can either use your NIN, you can use your voter's card, and you can use your international passport. So these are the recognized, I beg your pardon, you can also use your driver's license. So these are the IDs you can actually provide. If you're in Nigeria, getting an NIN, I think, is not a big deal. And also for BVN, they have a code *565*0#. You can use it to actually get your BVN in case you don't have it handy or you don't have it on your phone. And your ID, of course, you can't say you are staying in Nigeria and you don't have ID. You should. Your NIM is okay for that. And with all this, you are good to go. And the last one that is very, very important that you need to have is the money to deposit. So I used to say I must have money for an open account. If you have faith, I actually open my account because I have faith. I open my account without knowing where the money will come from. And guess what? My sister just called me that please let me to hold this money. And she gave me the money. And what did I do? I deposited it into my trading account and started trading. So if you have faith, you can actually open your account, and maybe before your login details will be sent to you, the money will be available. Because now you have reason that you need the money. Formerly, you don't have reason. You are just joining everybody to complain. The country is hard. Everything is this, that. You understand? But now you have a reason. I want to trade. I want to invest. I want to get interest. I don't want my money to be sitting down in the bank. So once you get all these things set, you don't need to leave your money in the bank and it's just there Personally, once I receive money, I pump it into my trading account and leave the remaining ones for expenses. It's safe for me because of all this fraud that happens. You don't know the banks, somebody might hack, and they say they drain some money and all that. So if you hack my card, my anything, the highest you see maybe is 10,000, 20,000, just daily expenses. So all my money is in my brokerage account. So when I need it, I send an email and I get credited and I use it. And it might be there, I might use part of it to buy stocks and leave the rest and be watching, depending on how the market works. So that's my own strategy. I see some people, they have millions, they'll just leave it in their account. No. If that's your daily expenses or that's what you spend in a month, maybe 10 million, 5 million, it's fine. But if it is not it, why will you leave your money there for 1 month, 2 months, and nothing is there? It's either you fix it, put it in fixed income, and let it just grow. There is no time. You can't watch my channel and you just leave money, you don't know what to do. You should. Even though it's 10,000 naira, you should know what to do with it. So with this, I want to believe I've been able to break down some things you need to know, the things you need to have for you to open a brokerage account. So let's come back again. I said number 1, you need what? A bank account. Once you have your bank account, you are good to go. The next thing, which I believe you should have, because you actually have your bank account before they introduce BVN. So that's why I say you need to have a bank account. So the next step is your BVN. So once you have your BVN, I said the next thing to do is your proof of address, which I said you can either use a utility bill or a bank statement. And after that, what do you want to do? You want to use a passport or your signature. These are the things that you need if you are doing it online. But if you're not doing it online, if you're filling a form, of course you fill that aspect also. You sign and you attach your passport. And the next thing is your ID. So you need to have your ID card, which serve as a proof of what? Identity. So once you have that, you are good to go. So the question you want to ask, which platform do you recommend? For me, I use Lead Capital. And one thing I like about Lead Capital is the fact that they have an interesting platform where you can buy and sell, you can do all your transactions, and you can also do fixed income on the app also. And one aspect a lot of people ask is app, because we know that we are in a technology age. So the app is very, very unique, which is called the LEADTRADER app. So you can place trade at the comfort of your home, buy and sell. Gone are those days where you just have to make call. I'm not saying you cannot make call, but now it's option. Then that's the only process. That's the only way. But now there are ways. You can actually place your trade yourself through your app, or you call your relationship manager, or you call your broker, you send an order via mail, or you call him, buy this for me, and the trade will be executed on your behalf. So these are some key things you need to know. So after your account is set, there are some things you also need to know, like the CXCS account. So the CXCS is your account number. That is the CXCS is your account number. So as you buy and sell, all these are registered with your CXCS. So in case the broker you opened shut down, either by mismanagement or they couldn't cope again because of the environment, your shares are still intact. The only thing you need to do is to move your shares from that house that collapsed to another house that is still active, and you still see all your shares. So it's a safe system. The government have been able to put a safe system where your money cannot just go into thin air. Everything is being tracked. So once you open your account, most times you'll be connected directly to what we call DCS, which is direct cash settlement. So what do you mean by direct cash settlement? Direct cash settlement is a process where by the time you sell your shares, it has to work with T plus 3, and currently I think is now T plus 2. So after transaction plus 2 days, CSCS will credit your account. So you want to ask, why is it like that? In the past, there are a lot of things that happen in the system that is not right. So for CSCS to make it right, they have to credit your account themselves. So as you sell a share today, in a few days time, it will land in your account. Then you now transfer it back to your trading account, just in case it's stressful. And when you open an account, that is what you experience. You can now fill that DCS form to opt out from that system. That when I sell, I want to see my money, which I think is the best. Because if I sell a share today and I want to take advantage of another share that is down, I can't do it if I'm on DCS. But if I'm not there, my money is still available. I used to buy another shares, which I think that is what everyone should opt out for. But in case you are there directly, fantastic. But if you are still on the DCS, you can get a form, fill it, and you will be opted out. And going forward, you will also be trading without waiting for 2 days, 3 days for CSCS to credit your account. So there's another number that will be attached to your account once you've created it. It is called the CHN, which is clearing house number. So the clearing house number is to show the house where your shares are being housed, where you can actually use to do transaction. So as you open your account, you have a clearing house number. On a norm, the right thing that we're supposed to have in the system is investors will have only one clearing house, but you can have multiple trading platform. But what we have now is every platform you open account with, they create their own clearing house number for you, which is still cool, because you now know that, okay, I have this with this, I have this with this. In case you go for a global search to know your shares that are available, you see them itemized based on the house, and the ones that are still with registrar, you will still have it there. So that is what you need to know about it. So the time for trading is actually the market open by 9:30. You'll be able to place a trade, you'll be able to do some things, but the market open officially by 10. So 9:30 we call it pre-market. So that is when everybody is adjusting their order, doing whatever they want to do before the market will open. So by 10, market opens, and you will see trade cascading, and you can check, you can do your analysis, you can know which one you're buying, the price, the volume, and everything, and you'll be sure of what you are doing. So that is how it works. Then by 2:19, the market will go into what we call harmonization period. So this is a period where they harmonize data. So the best bid will be matched together, and those trades will be executed. So by 2:19, you can place trade, but officially harmonization hour. So by 2:19, we have the harmonization hour. So this period is when best trade, that is supply and demand, that is offer and bid, will be merged together. So the top price will be merged together. So that's what they are going to be doing around this period. That is from 2:19 till 2:30. So 2:30, few seconds past 2:30, all the trades that are being merged together, you see them cascading down, and that is when the market will close. And after the market close, you can now see the prices that all these shares close at. So then you can now tell either the one you bought ended up giving you profit or some negative value. So that is what you need to know. So you need to know some few things again, which I want to share with you before we move straight into the trading platform, where I'll show you how to buy, how to sell, and how to do your transaction. So just stay tuned with me and we proceed together. So now you get your account set. Are you trading or you are investing? These are some questions you need to know. One, I will advise you don't need to buy all the shares. Even though 500 or 200 of them are good, don't buy all. And if you ask anybody, is this share good? Of course, most of the shares you see in few years time, all of them will go up. It doesn't matter the one you're buying, all of them will go up. But the bottom line is, are you doing it for short time or for long time? That will tell how you are going to benefit. Because if you are doing it for a long time, somebody can take the same 1 million you have, and by 3 years, 5 years, the person has 32 million. And you, in that same year, maybe you have 2 million or you have 500,000. All the shares will actually go up. But this person was able to be very, very smart in knowing what to do. While you are happy to share with your friends that you now have UBA, and I have First Bank, and I have Sterling Bank, and all the shares, you have all of them. Once you hear that it's good, you go and buy. So you have to differentiate, are you doing trading or you are doing investing? So some key things you need to know as a newbie, either you live in Nigeria or in diaspora, there are some key things you need to know. For those in diaspora, when I talk about address, for you to open an account, you need to either have a utility bill of the address where you live in Nigeria, and you can use that as your utility bill. And you can also use the address of where you live, or you use that of abroad, then you notarize it. So you need to go to a notary house where such will be done. That is when you will be able to open your account. This is for those in diaspora. So that is what you need to do. One, you either have a bank account, because that's a must, and you can either use your address in Nigeria, or you use your address abroad, then you notarize your address, is very, very key. You have to do that. So in any of which way, you have to know what you are doing. So if you are using your address in Nigeria, you want to be sure everything is intact, and if you are using your address in abroad, you want to notarize everything and get that is if you are using the utility bill of abroad. Maybe you don't have it in Nigeria, so you have to notarize it. But if you have it in Nigeria and you have your money and everything that I've listed when we started this video, you are good to go. So for me not to confuse you, if you're in diaspora, if you have utility bill there, you can, because that's proof of address now. Your identity, you can use international passport, you can even use any of these passports that you want. So for you that is outside, if you are using a utility bill that is in outside, you have to notarize it. But if you are using a utility bill in Nigeria, you don't need that. Once you supply your utility bill and that is the address that you have in your form, you are good to go. So number one thing you need to know is stockbroker. So your stockbroker give you access to buy and sell. So I've showed you guys how to get a stockbroking account. So now I'm just giving you the function of some of these house. For a broker give you access to connect to the NGS so that you can buy and sell. That is the purpose of a broker, without which you can't even buy and sell. You need a broker for you to buy and sell. Number two, you need a registrar. So a registrar is in charge of dividends payment, and also they keep your records. So if you are buying shares today, registrar have your record. So it is this record that they use in extracting your details, that you get message either through SMS or through email that this company, which is your company which you bought into, they are doing AGM. So that is when they invite you for AGM, for meetings, and some of times they post you some resolutions taken during the AGM for you to be aware, because they actually found your name on their record that you have their shares. So once you sell their shares, your name will no longer be in their record. So that is the work of registrar. So every registrar has names of companies that they actually take care of them in terms of dividends and keeping record of share holders. So if you invest in dividends and you want to get your dividends, you need to find out the company or the registrar that is in charge of the company you bought. So once you discover their registrar, you go online or you reach out to me. I send you their e-dividend mandate form. So you have to fill this form, and you will see where you put your clearinghouse number on the form, which tells where these shares that you are seeking dividends is housed. So it tells you that, okay, for example, I bought Julius Berger. It's telling you where Julius Berger reside based on your CHN, your clearinghouse number. So you can't buy with another broker and you are not filling with another broker. It won't work. So if you have it with Lead Capital, once you open your account with Lead Capital, they send you your CHN number. That is what you will use in filling your form. And in case maybe you don't know or you forgot, reach out to your relationship manager and he or she will be able to say, okay, this is your CHN number. Just in case maybe you cannot get the mail that you receive it. So the CHN number will help the registrar to track where these shares reside, and they compare it with what they have in their record. And during this period that you're filling this form, you will fill your bank details, because that is where the money will be deposited into. So you have to fill your bank details, and once you fill it once, you already have your record. Next year you don't need to fill it anymore. It's just to buy your shares and you earn your dividends. So that is what registrar do. So, and they do also if you want to transfer your shares, and they also keep those records. And what they do again is, if you want to dematerialize your shares, maybe you bought shares those days when they use certificates and you want to convert it to digital shares, registrar and your broker also will guide you in doing so. So that is the work of registrar. So the work of CSCS, they hold your shares. So CSCS hold your shares. So that is why if you said you bought shares 30 years ago, we encourage you to go and do a global search, which is done in CSCS. So CSCS have the record of shares you have. There is a link online also that you can also use to search your name if you have your shares. So once you have your name there, you need to go to their office to do it officially. So all the shares you bought, you never can tell. Your grandfather might be so smart that he bought some shares, but because he's so secretive, he didn't tell anybody. So now is the time to go and search and say, this is my father that is always hiding his password. and you go and search it. And you that you're a dad now, you need to let your kids know all this stuff so that you will be intact, so that in case you are no more, they'll be able to take charge of all these things. Because you can see dividends are just piling up, billions upon billions. Nobody's receiving them because some people don't even know that their dad has such thing for them. And you also is another opportunity to build wealth also through this medium for your own kids. So don't say your kids are small, you can open an account for them, and as you make profit, even if it's 10,000, 20,000, you just keep pumping it there. Before you know it's 100, before you know it's millions, before you know, the child will not suffer for school fees. And imagine a 1-year-old, you start to invest $1 million and you keep compounding. By the time you get to 20 or 19, the money to take care of his school will be available. So you just have to be smart and know what you are doing. So I just share with you that CSCS hold your shares. The brokerage just give you platform to buy and sell. It's CSCS that holds your shares. So that's why I said in case the broker does not exist again, your shares is still with CSCS and your record is still with your registrar. So you see how everything is being arranged for your sake. You understand? So the next thing I want to share with you is NGS. So NGS is a platform that regulates trading. So they regulate trading. They tell you for a share to move 10% a day, you have to trade 100,000 units of it. And just in case you did not report your quarterly earnings, they fine you. So, and that is why that's where they upload earnings. So if you want to see your earnings, you go to where? NGS. You go to corporate disclosure, and we have lists of companies there that you can search for, and we have weekly market report on that place. In fact, that website is huge, so you have different data from there. So I use that data a lot to be able to help me make more money in the market. So you need to understand it. What I say, NGS, it regulates trading. So it gives that instruction. If you are supposed to post your Q1, you have to give reason for the delay, without which after that day you'll be fine and you'll be taken seriously. So a lot of companies don't want to be in that game, so that is why they always drop their earnings at the right time. Before I mention the last one, I want you to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I want you to hit the notification bell so that I get notified anytime I post enriching videos like this. Share it with your friends so that they can get a full details about the stock market, most especially those in diaspora and those in Nigeria, those who are just starting and does not know how to start. I think this video will be a good one to share with them. So the last one I want to share before we move to the trading platform, where you see how I trade, how I place trade, and how I do everything using the Lead Capital platform. The last one is SEC. So SEC sets and enforce rules in the market. So that's why I said, for a company to buy and sell, for you to use the company to buy and sell, you need to ensure that they are SEC approved, they have SEC license, because they are the one that set and also enforce the rule. In the case of CBS, you see how they took the issue serious, and they are trying to see that such will not repeat itself, and that's why they did the new act, so that all these Ponzi schemes will be eradicated. Because how will somebody work hard and took time to work for money, and you just sit in one place and just take up everything? It's actually bad. It's hot. If you've lost money before, you know how it hot. You won't take somebody else on. I've been in that show. I've lost money that it hurt me. So it makes me to know that if I feel like this, how will I make other people to feel that way too? So that is why you need to be careful how you take your money into all these platforms. Most times when people meet the right people, that's when they do investigation. But when they meet the wrong people, they don't do investigation. They just move ahead, and because of that, they will not have bad experience. So when they now see the right person, they will not be investigating the right person. Whereas we are supposed to investigate the wrong person. But it is what it is. It is the environment we've created for ourselves. So that is why I have to take out time to put my face to this and share you guys all this stuff, so that you know that these things are real. We actually want, if you're outside the country, we want you to come and invest in the country. So these are the steps you need. But if you're a complete foreigner, you can still invest in the market. You can still invest in the market. I'm just sharing those who are Nigerians and those who are outside. But in case you are a Ghanaian, you are a Togolese, you live around Africa, you live in the US, UK, and you look at the Nigerian market that is going up every day, is doing well, you want to take part, just as we are here in Nigeria and we buy US stock, you can actually go in also. Reach out to me and I'll show you how to get your account set up and how to make money from this platform. So I'm very, very sure you've actually learned one or two from this video, and you also share it. With this, you can explain to somebody else, you can help people. Each one teach one. By the time we do that, you find out that everybody in the market are also what? Making money, because the number of people that are trading, they are not much. Nigeria, we are over 200 million, and I doubt if we have 1 million people trading. I doubt if we have 1 million people trading. So you can see the market is huge, and we just need to do our own work. And this is my own way of bringing more people into the market, so that they can see that there is money in this market, because the market is a place where the impatient transfer money to the patient. And either you do buying or selling, or you buy and keep there, in some years time you'll be shocked that your life will be transformed as a result of this investment. So you don't need to be looking for Ponzi scheme around. You don't need to be looking for where you put your money and you just lost it one day. Look for a sure way. You are buying into real companies, and they pay dividends. And you go to AGM, they explain, they tell you how they spend the money, and they give you quarterly earnings for you to see, okay, are these people spending this money very well? Are they doing the right thing? You have all these things to look out for before you take any decision. So guys,